What's up, preppers? Today we're going to talk about protein. Protein, one of the essential ingredients you need when you're stockpiling your food. Now, many people have said to me on these budget shops that there's no protein there, missing the point that I'm trying to get as much as possible for £20. Protein can always be sourced from hunting, things like that. However, I thought I'd go through with you some of the protein that I am stocking that maybe don't fit into a budget prep all the time. We have Irish stew, very budget, just essentials as the Irish stew. Per can there is 10.6 grams of protein, but there's also 13.4 grams of fat and 28 grams of carbohydrates. Stewed steak, good to spread out with a broth, with a stew, with anything like that. Add your own potatoes. You can make quite a few meals with one can. One can has 54 grams of protein in one can. Yeah, so you can imagine if you spread that out using tinned carrots and potatoes and make one big stew, you've got quite a good meal there. Also 28 grams of fat and 16.8 grams of carbohydrates. Hot dogs, okay, now not my first meat of choice, obviously it's mechanically recovered meat. So in a can of 8 hot dogs, I'm trying to work this out because it's per serving. A serving is 1 hot dog. That's awkward. How many grams? 400 grams, so it's 4 times this one. So yes, in one can there is 44 grams of protein. There's just under 40 grams of carbs and just under 40 grams of fat. So not the healthiest, but a source of protein nonetheless. Peck pork, similar to spam, things like that. Other chopped porks. This has 48 grams of protein, only 1.5 grams of carbs, very keto friendly, but a whopping 63 grams of fat. Okay, another good source of protein. Chop it up, mix it with beans, things like that, rice even, makes a meal. Childhood favourite, burgers in a can. Yes, that's right, Wrestlers burgers. Let's see what these have. I love the nutrition when they say a quarter of a can, that's 1 burger, but nobody's going to eat that. So in the whole can, there is 24 grams of protein, just over 30 grams of fat, and 37 grams of carbs. Chicken meatballs. These are the ones in the tomato sauce. I don't think it matters whether it's the sauce or the gravy. I don't think either of them are healthy for you or add much to the nutrition. But the meatballs themselves have just under 20 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs. I mean, 30 grams of carbs and only 20 grams of protein. I'm not sure how much of that is actually chicken. And 14 grams of fat. Okay. Frebentos. This one is the steak and gravy. There is multiple ones. I picked up the steak just so we can compare it to other steak ones. For the full pie, it's 28.6 grams of protein. It's 54.4 grams of carbs. Bear in mind there's a crust on that, so that'll be where that comes from. And there's 45.4 grams of fat. This is going to offend my future Scottish relatives purely because it's in a can. We have premium haggis. Okay, so premium haggis is approximately 40 grams of protein in that can. Okay. 66 grams of carbs and 42 grams of fat. Haggis. Love the stuff though. So that's the kind of cans I'm stocking when it comes to proteins. You've seen the cans from the budget shops, you know, it's purely what we can get, fill it up. But don't worry, I've thought of protein. You just don't see it in them videos. Last but not least is supplementation. Yeah, this is whey protein. So a single serving has 21 grams of protein, 0.9 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs. So supplementing your diet with things like this that comes in powder form, that's quite long lasting as it is, so it's got quite a stable shelf life. If you wanted to reseal it, fine, but they are sealed inside the plastic lid. It's got a vacuum sealed lid, so they do have quite a long shelf life anyway. That's the final protein item. Okay, so this is just the canned stuff, but I strongly suggest hunting and looking at what meats you could have and how you could deal with that, because that would be the best way to get protein in an SHTF situation. Fish or hunt or anything like that, trapping. Hope that helps. I hope it clears up a few of you naysayers that said your kids are going to have no protein whatsoever if this is what they live on. No, they were just budget shops. This stuff is in stock as well. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you've got this far, well done, and hit like and subscribe and add a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the list, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.